Most master's programs will never tell you why you were rejected. More often than you think, the reason is something basic in your profile that you could have checked before applying. In this video, I'll walk you through the 7 reasons you'll get rejected and how to fix them, so you don't waste months of work and hundreds of dollars applying when you're just not competitive yet. If you're new here, I'm Caitlin, an Oxford MBA and admissions consultant. I've helped hundreds of students win interviews and offers from all the top business schools in the world. So if that's your goal, then consider subscribing for more strategies like this. These are the hard checks that you can do yourself, and they apply across MBA, Master in Management, Master of Finance, Master of Science in Business Analytics, and many other specialized master's programs. As I go through them one by one, I will tell you the expectation, the impact, and the fix, so you have a clearer picture of where you stand. Then at the end, I'll explain the difference between being eligible for a program and being competitive, because they're not the same thing, and knowing the difference between the two can completely change your school list. Reason number 1 is your GPA is too low. Most competitive programs expect that your GPA will be the equivalent of a 3.0 out of 4. Now, they won't usually explicitly state this because they have a holistic review process, and you can overcome a low GPA with other very strong parts of your application. If a school does state a minimum GPA, then they're probably going to be more firm on that. Falling below this benchmark may signal to the admissions team that you will struggle with the academic workload, that you won't be able to handle their courses. However, if you have a very low GPA, you can offset it with very strong test scores and additional coursework. For example, my students that have very low GPAs and want to apply to top MBA programs will take the MBA math course because it's one that top business schools respect. Reason number 2 is the wrong undergraduate major. Some programs will require specific backgrounds like STEM, economics, or business. And that's especially true for masters in finance, analytics, and certain economics programs. On the other hand, some master in management programs will not accept business majors. So you just have to be careful when you're checking on these programs. If your degree is in a major that the admissions committee is not looking for, they will feel either you don't have the foundation you need to be successful in their master's program, or you will not gain value from it. And in either case, that will lead to your application getting rejected. Now, if you need to build your foundation, then you can take courses and certifications to do that and add them to your application. And if you have too much experience in that area, so they're not looking for somebody with your major, then you might think about targeting programs that will allow for a wider variety of majors, like the MBA. For example, there are many Master in Management programs that are meant to be a first degree in business. And there are some Master of Finance programs that are meant to be a first degree in finance. Reason number 3 is missing prerequisite courses. Many specialized programs will have required prerequisite courses such as calculus, linear algebra, statistics, or accounting. Many schools will say that they have prerequisites that are either recommended or preferred. If they don't see these prerequisite courses on your transcript, then your application could be rejected or paused until you complete them. Complete missing prerequisites either online or through a local college so that you can remove all doubt about your academic readiness. For my students, any prerequisite that has been identified by the admissions team on the website or anywhere else in the application is a requirement, even if the school says it's preferred or recommended. The reason isn't just to give you more work, it's because these are very competitive programs that you're applying to, and we have to use every opportunity that we have to stand above our competition. So if the university has told you something that they would like, then absolutely we're going to check that box for them. Reason number 4 is an international transcript not evaluated. If you earned your undergraduate degree from an institution outside of the United States or Canada, and you are planning to apply to graduate programs in the United States and Canada, then typically they're going to require an official transcript evaluation from providers such as WES or World Education Services. For those schools in the United States and Canada that may require the transcript evaluation, if you don't provide it, they can't confirm your degree's equivalency. So it means that your application won't move forward. Now, unfortunately, it can be difficult to find that information about whether the school that you're trying to apply to is going to require the transcript evaluation. But you can reach out to the admissions committee and just ask them, do you need my transcript to be evaluated if I completed my degree in such and such country? Okay, now the other thing that I'm going to caution you on is if you do need that transcript evaluation, it can take months to complete. I've had students where it just gets prolonged and pushed back and it was incorrect the first time, we had to go back and fix it. And so just make sure that you're planning for that, and you should do it even before the application's open. Reason number 5 is a weak GMAT, GRE, or executive assessment score. Now, most of these top schools are expecting you to meet or exceed their class average scores. For example, they'll have class average GMAT scores of 730 or 740 on the 10th edition of the GMAT, or about a 665, 675 on the focused version. So you should be hitting that, or at least within 10 to 20 points of it, or it starts to become a detracting factor in your application. A score far below the class average can lower your chances of acceptance, even if other parts of your application are very strong. So the fix is to retake the test, invest in some prep courses, or look at test optional programs if they're going to be a fit for your goals. Reason number 6 is work experience misalignment. Many programs like the MBA will expect several years of work experience. Other programs like the Master in Management will expect little to none. If you don't match the work experience that they are looking for with that program you're applying to, they will move your application aside in favor of candidates that do. And it may be surprising, but this is one of the most common reasons applicants are rejected. So the fix is, if you don't have enough working experience, then you need to build your experience before you apply. If you have too many years of working experience, then you need to consider other programs. Do not overlook this. Go to the class profile and find out how many years of working experience on average does that class have. And that will give you a very good idea as to whether you're in the right place. Reason number 7 is the language requirement was not met. If you are a non-native English speaker and you did not study in a primarily English-speaking country to get your bachelor's degree, such as the United States, England, Ireland, or Australia, then most likely you will need to prove your English proficiency by taking a test such as the TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo, or Pearson. Now, unlike the GMAT GRE for most of these top business schools, where they don't set hard minimums for you to apply, for the TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo, they will set hard minimums. Without meeting a school's minimums, even a perfect academic profile will be considered incomplete. If you apply without meeting those hard minimums, what generally happens is either your application will be rejected outright, or you'll be given a conditional offer. And the condition is that you meet those minimums by a certain deadline, which is usually a month from the time that you receive the notification. Given this, I advise my students not to apply until they meet the minimum English language requirements. Let's recap. GPA, major, prerequisite courses, transcript evaluation, test scores, work experience, and language requirement. Missing one of these may not be a deal breaker, but missing several can make it very hard for you to compete. So here's my bonus insight. Being eligible is not the same thing as being competitive. Being eligible means that you met the minimum requirements to apply, that you're allowed to apply. Being competitive means that you're either at or above the average admitted student profile. For example, you might have met the minimum GPA and achieved the class average GMAT or GRE score. But if your stats are still much lower than the average admitted profile, you may struggle to compete. So always check the class profile data for all the schools on your list. It's the best way to begin to see how you stack up. You can check all 7 of these in 10 minutes with my free Program Fit checklist. I've linked to it in the description. It's the fastest way for you to find out if a program is worth your time and money. And if you've cleared these 7 checks, then your next step is to build a competitive application. And I'll show you exactly how to do that in this video right here.